We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Tamaya Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about confusions versus decision making. Okay. So confusion is this. If you're confused, it means you are not sure of what's the right thing and the wrong thing. So you're making a decision based on your perspective or based on your experiences, the knowledge or the information that you had at the time. This is the decision that you made, and you may have had some confusion on it. A decision is something that you know the consequences and you know the outcome, and you are fully aware of your decision making, and you are choosing. You have made a decision. So most people are choosing things and making decisions, but they are calling it confusion. You are not confused. You decided. There's such thing as a bad decision. There's a bad decision, but you still made a decision. Confusion, I give to people 17 and under. You did something, you made a mistake, you weren't sure. Fine. I don't even care if it's 18 in one day. The day you turn 18, you're still going to be held accountable for the things you don't know. And you still, be charged with omission crimes, even if you said you didn't know. So regardless, because we're going to see you like the law sees you, you made a decision. It just happened to be a bad one. People can play you, and that happens, but don't play yourself. In this world, you can't afford to be confused. You need to make decisions. So if you want to love who you want to love, you want to do what you want to do, you want to go where you want to go, that's your right. That's you owe it to nobody to explain anything. As long as you do what you do with consenting adults, legal aged adults, and you're doing that within the confines of your home, I don't think America owes any explanations to anybody. Now, if you want to put a face to it and you want to say, hey, I'm a part of the bisexual community, I don't mind putting myself out there because I have participated, because it's something that I have represented, but it's something that I understand that I do have a moral obligation to speak on as well. This is what I say. You don't have to lie to anybody. That would be a part of people pleasing. And that's a real bad thing, because you're trying to change reality for people who don't even care about you. You're changing your whole life behind people who will never pray for you. They won't give you any money and they don't care. But you care about what they got to say about you. Now that's the real sad thing. That's beyond confusion. That's sad. That's sad. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. Like I said, as long as you're being you, you're staying out of trouble, you're doing what you got to do, and your tribe and your network is fine, then do you. You ain't getting in trouble and everybody's fine. Find a way to stay off the radar, not on it. So a person like me, I'm trying to get off the radar. I'm trying to find my way and figure it out. The main thing to tell people, and we need to talk about it, is never feel like you need to make people feel like you're somebody you're not. And never change your story for anybody or anything, because it's you and your story and your outlook and your perspective that's going to help people. It's why you're so dynamic. It's why you're so smart. It's why it's going to work out, because you're actually helping people. Now, they're like, wow, we could tell you're passionate about that. We could tell it hurts you. We could feel the pain. Pain's what the people need to feel. We're making everybody smile and, shucking and jiving. No, let's make them cry. Let's talk about it. Let's heal. The main thing I want people to know is this. People pleasing is the number one problem with everything. Common sense is important. Bringing it back to who you are and what's the right decision. We don't need to make any excuses for anybody for who we are and what we're doing. That's fine. But make sure it's a clear reflection of you and who you are and what you want to represent. Because if you make a decision and you claim to be confused, you can't claim to be confused later. You already decided. You are, for example, if I have a man and you cheat with him and I beat your ass, you decided. You're going to say, I was confused. He came at me. That's what I'm telling you now. You decided. So confusion versus decisions. You still need to be accountable to the consequences and the outcomes and know what those are before you do anything. And if you didn't know, maybe you should ask. So many people today are claiming that they made they were confused. No, you're not confused. You just cited and you made a bad decision and you don't want to be accountable for these consequences. But that's the problem. You're not under 18. We can't legally even care about anything you have to say. So my message is this: decisions versus mistakes. What are you doing? Do you know it's wrong prior to that? And do you know the full magnitude of all your consequences of having a baby with a wayward man? How that's going to impact you, how that's going to impact that baby, and how that's going to impact that man. For example, what are going to be the consequences? If there's no consequences, you guys are using a condom, it was a fun night, then there's no consequences. Enjoy yourself. But if there's going to be a life and a family and child support and prison, and I just wanted to have a fun time, sir. Please. See, we need to make sure we know the full magnitude of our consequences before we make long-term decisions. Thank you.
We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it. We gon' talk. Tamaya gon' talk about it. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya. We gon' talk about it. Tamaya gon' talk.